Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are doing the ninth psychological astrological test to determine whether your mindset is more of an employee or of an entrepreneur. Now, why is this important to know? Because most people come to astrologers and this is a very common question asked, right? Am I good to be having a business of my own, self-employed, business person, entrepreneur, or should I just work for a company, a business, or work for someone else essentially? So let's address this. And these are, if you can see this worksheet, these are a bunch of sort of about 100 questions, 81 questions. And although the answer is kind of binary, there is employee and entrepreneur, there's just two addition of scores from this last column. But degrees, it goes in a sort of a scale 1 to 4, like you see these columns, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4 the score. Not like me, rarely like me, mostly like me, and definitely like me. Now all you have to fill up is one of these numbers in this column, either a 1, 2, or a 3, or a 4. Okay, that's the simple thing. Just focus on this answer column and fill up that number and answer these questions. This will help you to determine what is your bent of mind. Do you have what it takes for you to become a business person? Or do you have what it takes to become a good employee? Now, there's nothing wrong with either one of them. It's not about wrong or right. It's about trying to get to the crux of what you are good at as an individual. That's the goal of this exercise. Okay. So let's see what kind of questions you would have. Let's take first 5, for example. Are you prepared to make sacrifices in your family life and take a cut in a pay to succeed in business? Now, if it's definitely like me, I'm sure this will add up to an entrepreneur. Because entrepreneurs and business people typically make a lot of sacrifices, especially in the beginning. Do you typically like to improve your skills and add more to them? If it's definitely yes, this could be more like an employee because they are interested in skill sets. Are you the kind of individual that once you decide to do something, you'll do it and nothing can stop you? I would think that's more like entrepreneur. So you go like this down this scale. Are you a good loser, for example? That would be, if you are definitely like me, that we are entrepreneur. They're good losers. They know that most of the businesses might fail in the first year alone. In 6 months, most businesses fail, by the way. So will you take that step? Or are you like too entitled kind of a person? Employees are very entitled kind of creatures. I deserve this promotion or raise, etc., etc. Now, these are the ones that look for more stability in a job. For example, job security, promotion. These are the things of an employee, not an entrepreneur. Then better don't start a business. See? So the pie chart is going to come something like this. And the Excel worksheet download on my Google Drive is in the description box. Everything is in the description box. If you are interested to take this, download it and fill up this column and see where you are at. Astrologically speaking now, I have stuck 4 planets in the entrepreneur and 3 planets in employee section. So let's see that for a minute, because planets and points are nothing but a different kind of energy signature, different kind of psychological signature that they bring to the individual. If you have one kind of planet strong, means that kind of signification of psychology will play in your head, in your personality. Saturn, Ketu, and Venus, and aspects to one another or in each other's houses, will signify a dominant employee kind of a person. Okay? Because Saturn is a worker, it's a worker class. Ketu is very detached from the world. It doesn't want to have to do many things with the world. It is a detached guy. It's like a sadhu creature, okay? And then there's Venus, who wants to just quietly create by itself. It's not interested in too much in participating with the external world when we talk of employee versus entrepreneur. On the other hand, if you take the entrepreneur section, it has got different kind of planets. It's got Rahu, the guy who wants to go out and get stuff done. Rahu does not have boundaries. It goes everywhere, wants to explore everything to get things done. It's an action-oriented guy. So is Mars. He wants to go out there and get stuff done. Mars is the guy who can plan for himself. So the combination of Rahu and Mars will give a person who's essentially very goal-focused. They should use more goal-driven targets. Rahu gets very scattered. It can get very focused in certain kinds of houses. But it's just a pure form of energy. But Mars is good at achieving targets logically, so to speak. Sun wants the fame. For an entrepreneur, you got to want some fame. You got to achieve or derive some sense of success, if you wish. That's what in the end they are looking for. Some kind of a recognition. Sun is interested in recognition and fame. And Mercury, because Mercury is that intellectual capacity. A strong Mercury will be a strong intellectual capacity. So the combination or aspects of these planets in your natal chart will definitely give you an indication that this person is more inclined towards entrepreneurship. He's more driven. He's got a logical plan in place. He wants success and fame, and he's got the mind to accomplish it. This one, employee on the other hand, he likes the structured work. He likes a quiet work. And he wants something satisfactory, like a gain at the end of it. More gain focused. This one is not got so much gain focus rather than recognition. The entrepreneur. So that's the way this works. There is a structure to this. Of course, if you want to see in detail, astrologically speaking, you have to see the 12th house, by the way. In D1 and in D10 charts both, you have to see what is the 12th house doing? Because 12th house is the house of independence. You might say, to a certain degree, the 12th house is the house of entrepreneurships and 6th house is the house of employees. 6th house is daily work, chores, grind, daily work. If the focus is more towards the 6th house, the person will be more employee focused, especially if these planets are there. If it's in the 12th house with all these kind of planets or aspects to the 12th house, stronger 12th house, that means this person wants independence in doing things. He does not like sitting and working for others. Okay? There are other things as well. If you want to get in touch with me and I can tell you more, or we can analyze together more. The whole idea of astrology and these psychological tests, more are coming on the way, should be to analyze where you are. Where is your mind? If you take even the Mahadasha concept in astrology, basically it means you're passing through some phase. People change through each Mahadasha. They start behaving like the planet of the Mahadasha. So you need to analyze it from that perspective, but better to make a start with taking a simple psychological test. You will know what your mindset is. And this is where I find the most juiciest sort of practicality in this bridge, astrology and psychology. Because both are pointing towards your mindset. And the more your mindset is towards entrepreneur, and your chart suggests as well in D1 and D10, go for it. If it is more towards an employee, be happy as an employee. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay. Right. I'll stop here. I'll see you in the next. Take care. Be safe. Download the Excel worksheet. Leave your comments if you wish.